Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video, and this is a paid request for James. Thank you so much for that. For those interested requests in any type of videos, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, movie reviews, re-reviews, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do you have a CashApp as well? Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. For those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. And this is for The Indian in the Cupboard from 1995. I know we're not supposed to say Indians, I guess, other than the ding dong, but, or I'm sorry, Apu Nahasabina Pepilon. But the movie's called The Indian in the Cupboard, so I'm calling it that. It's not called The Native American in the Cupboard. But this is one of those films I saw maybe once back in the day. So I don't have any nostalgia for this film. I don't. It's directed by Frank Oz, which I forgot he directed this. He directed The Dark Crystal. He did Little Shop. Well, him and Jim Henson worked on that, to be fair. Little Shop of Horrors, the remake, which I like. Bullfinger, which I like. What About Bob? A fun movie. So, good director. Of course, Frank Oz. You have Yoda. A lot of people remember him for portraying that character. And it stars Hal Scardino as the little kid. Litefoot, which I didn't realize he was a rapper. He plays the Indian who's in the cupboard. Other people, David Teeth, who was in the original Firestarter, among other films. David Teeth, he plays this cowboy that is brought to life. Steve Coogan, who's in the Jackie Chan film Around the World in 80 Days. He was in that awful Will Ferrell film Holmes and Watson. He plays an army medic who just brought in to about twice in the film to try to help with some injuries. So the gist of the plot is Hal Scardino plays his little kid, and it's his birthday. One of the presents he gets for his birthday is his cupboard. Lindsay Crouse is the mom, who I remember she was in the Charlie Sheen film The Arrival. And Richard Jenkins is the dad. Richard Jenkins done a lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of films. He was in The Cabin in the Woods. He was in, I believe, The Shape of Water. He's been in a lot of films. He was the dad in Step Brothers. Was it John C. Reilly's dad? Always like Richard Jenkins. Always nice to see him in a movie. So, at one point, one of his friends gives him this little Native American figure as a gift. And I forget what the reason was. He puts it in the cupboard, and his mom gave him this special tea that her grandparent had. Or I guess, was it her parent, or I can't remember if she said her parent or grandparent. I can't remember. One of them gave her this tea. So she gives the tea to the kid. One thing leads to another. The kid realizes that if you put something in and you lock it and then you open it up, whatever you put in there becomes real, or becomes a lot. Or I guess in this case, makes the person time travel to there. And one of them is this guy named Little Bear, who he's an Indian, Iroquois, and he's confused as to what. And the Lightfoot, I didn't know he was a rapper in real life. That's interesting. And two, I thought he did a good job, and I thought the kid did a good job as well. I don't know what else Hal Scardino has done, but I thought they both did fine. I didn't have any issues with their acting. I want to look up to see what both of these guys have done, because I didn't mind their performances. I thought the special effects for the time looked pretty decent. Trying to make someone look small while everything's so big. For 1995, I thought they looked pretty decent. It's based on a book. I never read the book. Hal Scardino was in Searching for Bobby Fischer before this. Then this film, he was in Marvin's Room, and then Someone Called the Show from 2015. So, only 4 films. At least that's what it says here. Litefoot, Executive Director of the Native American Financial Services Association. He was also Nightwolf in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I forgot he was Nightwolf. Holy shit, I forgot. He was also in Cole the Conqueror with Kevin Sorbo. There you go. So, trying to think what the hell I was going to say. Oh. So. The rest of the film is pretty much the kid and Little Bear, played by Litefoot, kind of talking to each other. Little Bear being confused as to what's going on, thinking is this a spirit world, are you a spirit? Eventually realizing this is just a kid, and the kid kind of giving him materials to build a house, letting him see the outside for a bit. Eventually his buddy puts a cowboy in there, played by David Keith. And it kind of, the rest of it's kind of either Little Bear and the cowboy not getting along, then they start kind of getting along. I think the idea is that the little boy eventually is going to learn a bit of responsibility, I guess. The scene people remember from this film, which sadly is only one scene briefly, is when he puts a lot of toys in there, and it's Darth Vader and a T-Rex and RoboCop and a few others. He opens it, and it makes me go, man, that's interesting. They got the rights to RoboCop and Darth Vader and other stuff. So I wonder if Frank Oz pulled a favor from George Lucas, going, just, they work together, of course, because Frank Oz is Yoda. He's like, hey, I'm doing this movie. Could I use this for a bit? And I don't know how they got RoboCop. I'm like, can I see more with these guys? But sadly, it's only that one scene. And, I mean, the kid has to learn a bit of responsibility, because at one point, he just keeps taking shit. And, like, he takes shit from his dad, and his dad's like, well, where's my tools? I need those tools. I buried it. Well, what do you mean you buried it? And the kid's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm thinking, what do you mean we're supposed to? Get your dad his fucking tools back. So he gives the money to the kid, and the kid's got to go off into the fucking neighborhood, where, of course, someone steals his money, roughs him up a bit. I'm like, who could have seen that coming? Or he just wants to take shit to give to little bears, like this bow and arrow. So there's this old man, like there's this little Native American, becomes an old man, steals the shit, and the old man has a heart attack. So the kid accidentally killed the guy. Now, I would think if you accidentally murdered someone, manslaughter, killed someone, there'd be some fucking, I don't know, time to stop the shit. It'd be a bit of trauma. Because this kid is, how old is this kid? And this is like the first time he's seen a dead body. The first time he sees someone die in front of him. Little Bear is a bit pissed at him. I don't blame him. And the kid's like, oh, golly gee. And maybe one time he's like, but then like, there's a part like Little Bear wants to go home. He's like, but I thought you said you wanted to stay here. Or like his buddy is adamant on wanting to put this cowboy, and he tells him no, but then he leaves like, don't do it. But then leaves the kid there, and then of course his friend gets the cowboy alive. Now there's plenty of times where this boy, our lead, could take the cowboy who's trying to kill Little Bear, just put his ass in the fucking cupboard and change him back. Plenty times, and he doesn't fucking do it. For me, I'm like, okay, if I do this and I accidentally kill someone, I'll be like, Little Bear, do you want to go home? It's time to go home. Goodbye. End the movie. That movie would be a lot fucking shorter, but this kid apparently don't get it. Fucking Aris. There's even a bit where one of his family, his brothers, has a rat. I think it's a rat in a ball. Now, I mean, do I like rats? No, but if they're in a ball and they're safe and they leave me the fuck alone, fine. No hassle. This kid sees the rat in the ball, it fucking kicks it. He boots it and it goes, boom, off the fucking stairs. I'm like, with that kick, he probably killed the fucking rat. He didn't, but in real life would have. And it's like, let's add all these boing, zoing, zoink, boing, boing, boing sound effects. Because, hey, don't worry, it's just meant to be silly. But I'm like, what's up with this fucking kid? Like, Little Bear at one point says, I want to go home. And then the kid, like, doesn't really do it. There's, I did plentiful amount of times you take the cowboy and just put him back. He doesn't. There's a bit where he takes the two to school. I don't even know why he takes it to school. I'm trying to remember if the... I know at one point the cupboard is missing. What do you mean? Didn't you just watch this? Yeah, I did watch this, and I'm already forgetting it. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't big on this film. I would not say I hate the film. I think Hal Scardino, his acting, I don't have any problems with. I'm not big on his character because he's a little irresponsible fucking idiot. He's a little idiot of a kid. A bit of a dumb fuck of a kid who loves to take shit. Is Litefoot as Little Bear, I thought did a good job. Did mind David Teeth's performance. I don't know, it's just one of those things where as I'm watching the film, I don't know if I'm just kind of waiting to see where it's going or where it's going to amount to, but it's just kind of, okay, he builds this house. Okay, now there's the cowboy, and they try to kill each other. Steve Coogan, he pops in twice because when he took Litefoot, he took Little... I keep fucking changing the names. When he takes the guy out into the outside world, he is not paying attention like he should, and a bird tries to peck in, and it hurts Little Bear a bit. So he gets a medic, and the medic bandages the leg. The next time is the kids have an actual Native American and a cowboy, and they turn on a fucking movie where one's killing the other. And I'm sitting there going, are you two kids fucking stupid? That'd be like me showing, I don't know, what would that be like? Showing an alien, I don't know, Independence Day? This is how we kill y'all. Or showing them, any other fucking movie about where we kill you sons of bitches. It just, you kids don't get it, do you? I just, maybe that's the point, that eventually they do get it. What I kept noticing is like some of the weird stuff in this movie. No one, or maybe not weird, but just stuff that I noticed. Like, for example, around the time when the one kid steals the lead kid's money, I think it was around there, there's like a poster from Man's Best Friend. I'm like, when did Man's Best Friend come out? I'm curious now, actually. Does this came out in 1995? Yeah, it was 93. So I'm like, were there fucking Man's Best Friend posters around? Like, on the walls, like, in 1995? Or even if this was shot in 94, even that late? When it came out in 93, I'm like, okay, there's a Man's Best Friend poster. Or this is, when it goes to the kid at school, there's this other kid doing a report on JFK. And at the end of the film, when he says goodbye to Little Bear, leads him back, he gives his, like, he's at school and he's smiling and the music is trying to be uplifting. When the music is being uplifting, you hear the kid off camera go, "One day JFK was killed." But, do 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 do. One day JFK got his ass shot off. Do 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 do. The fuck. Why do you have the kid mentioning that about JFK did fucking murder, didn't killed? Like, it just seemed like weird. Like, just don't have the kid talk at all. Just have the lead kids react, his face and the music swelling. What the fuck? But I was saying, oh yeah, when they show the cowboy alien, the cowboy Native American, when they show the movie, David Teef shoots up in the air in excitement, and as I don't know, his nerves, the Native American Little Bear shoots the arrow and it hits David Teef in the chest. That's the second time when the guy gets Steve Coogan, and even though it's an arrow to the chest, David Teef makes a perfectly fine recovery. I'm like, okay, if you say so. I mean, I know it's going to be weird to say, it just felt like a whole lot of nothing happened for a good chunk of the movie. I just didn't really get a feel of an adventure. There's really no sense of adventure. It was just kind of, okay, he brings them back, and then they just kind of hang around they hang around the room. I don't really think the conversations were that interesting, or there's really nothing to the conversations for most part of it. Nothing too insightful. And maybe the message is, don't have an irresponsible kid like this fucking lead kid. I mean, you think him accidentally killing someone would leave a bit more of a trauma. I get you don't want to make like a whole tonal shift, but I mean, that's a pretty big thing for a kid to see and witness and stuff. Richard Jenkins, I mean, Sally, he doesn't have a whole lot else to do in the film. And yeah, it wasn't really a big sense of adventure, or I don't know, it just kind of was there, and I didn't really have anything else to say about it. Just kind of, I don't mind the effects for the time. I thought the acting was good, but I think just the story. It could be maybe interesting concept, but the story I just thought was very boring. Just very kind of. The fella didn't really go much of anywhere for a chunk of it. I mean, did Little Bear really learn anything on this adventure he went on? The boy, I guess, stopped fucking stealing shit. Then the boy wants to imagine he's there with the Indian back to the day. I'm like, kid, you don't want to do that, because if you were there back to the day, some of the white guys would probably shoot you for being a traitor, or some other Native Americans who don't like the Iroquois will want to scalp your ass. Just the Wild West was a dangerous fucking time, folks, on all sides. White people want to shoot you and hang you. Some Native Americans want to scalp you. Disease, dirt, all that other shit. Like, trust me, kid, you wouldn't last too fucking long, but you really wouldn't. But yeah, it's more of a kid's film, so it's not a kid's film where he accidentally killed someone. I don't know. Even the ending, like, I didn't really feel much tension or much. Oh, it's the ending. There's gonna be this big event. No, it's just pretty much. We lost the tea. The American goes down to get the tea, lift him up. He's got the tea. Everything's fine. So. Like I said, I don't have nostalgia for this. I didn't grow up with it like other people did. If people love the film, that's fine. I don't hate the film. It's just, I just see why I only saw this once back to the day. I never really cared to rewatch it. It just wasn't really that. Okay, was it really that funny of a movie? Not really. Was it that entertaining of a film? Not really. Do I even know what the message, the moral of the story is? Not really. So, like, what am I really praising other than the acting wasn't bad, the special effects were decent for its time. Although if I want to see a movie about little, going on an adventure, I'd watch Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Go watch that. That came out years before this. So I don't know. I'm sure there are people nowadays that will label this racist for some fucking reason. I'm not going to do that. So it just, I don't know, just the story, I didn't find that intriguing. Interesting. And the lead kid kind of got on my nerves with how fucking irresponsible some of this shit was. Why are you doing that, you fucking idiot? Anyway. And that one kid, one day JFK was killed. I'm like, well, good to know. As the music swells. You trying to tell us something about Frank Oz? You trying to say that was a good thing? Conspiracy theory? Were you part of it? Frank Oz was Yoda on the grassy knoll. Did Yoda kill JFK? Maybe it was Yoda. Maybe that's the fucking secret all along. Yoda did it with his fucking Jedi mind trick. Back and to the left. Back and to the left. Yoda, you fuck. Fuck you, Yoda, for killing JFK. There you go. That's my new conspiracy theory. Yoda killed JFK. I hope run that by Jesse Ventura. Yoda killed JFK. I see you, Frank Oz. I see you, motherfucker. Anyway, that's the Indian in the cupboard. This will be the Pakistani in the drawer. Or the North Korean in the pantry. Or the African in the dryer. Those would be the sequels. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.